Hey, so it turns out that 20,000 people have decided that I'm worth subscribing to. Thanks to all of you guys, I appreciate it immensely. As a reward, I decided to do this little Q&A. I reached out through a YouTube community post and through a channel on my Discord server, asking for some of your most burning questions about me. Then I picked several of the best ones to answer. So sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. Also, like and subscribe. The first question is from Ovi, who asks, why is your name Serial Introvert? It's a bit of a weird story. It was a couple of years back, so my memory is a little foggy about it. The basic thought process was, well, I'm an introvert, so it would be funny to put that somewhere in my name. I was also going through a bit of an edgy phase because I'd just finished watching Assassination Classroom, literally the only anime I've ever watched to date, and thought, hey, why not put something serial killer-esque into my name? Also because serial introvert would imply that I am repeatedly an introvert, which sounded kind of funny, and boom, serial introvert was born. Mel Jacques asks, are you an introvert? Well, let's see. So here's a quiz I found on the totally reliable website known as BuzzFeed. You won't believe us, but we can guess if you're an introvert or an extrovert based on your daily routine. Okay, what time do I wake up? Let's see, 7 o'clock. What do you eat for breakfast? I think you already know. You're late for work or school. What do you grab before running out? Time for lunch, what am I eating? I like a burger. Work, school is done for the day. What do you do now? Let's go binge some Netflix. You're hungry, what do you want? Don't mind a donut. And finally, what time are you heading to bed? 10 PM. Yeah, I guess I'm an introvert then. BuzzFeed says so. Sleepy Foxy Sam asks, what's under the top hat? Well, that's a secret only for me. Then again, you are allowed to speculate on what's underneath. Ipsnip3 asks, how do you come up with ideas for videos? Do you just choose something you have an interest in, or is there some more thought behind it? For the most part, my thought process really is just about my personal interests at the time. If I feel like talking about Amori, I will talk about Amori. If I feel like talking about Friday Night Funkin', I will talk about Friday Night Funkin'. I don't really want to be a content creator who panders to the current YouTube meta or whatever. I just want to do my own thing. And I feel like I'll take this content making philosophy into the future. Happier asks, what made you decide to start a YouTube channel? For the most part, the main reason why I started my YouTube channel was because, as I mentioned in the previous answer, I like talking about things. I enjoy looking deeply into and researching video games I like, but I never have a way to talk about this kind of stuff to someone else. So I thought, hey, why not make a YouTube channel where I can analyze stuff and talk about whatever I want? And as you can tell, that's basically how my channel operates. Fishy Productions asks, how much time does it take to make an analysis video? Although I usually leave a 1 to 2 month gap between my video uploads, it usually doesn't take me a full month to make a video. Maybe around a week or two, but I'm also busy with school and other stuff like that. The process mostly goes like this. It takes me around a week to research and write a script, about an hour to record my voice, and then about a week editing and compiling footage. Planetary Facts asks, do you take inspiration from the YouTube channel The Right Opinion, or is it just coincidental that you guys give off the same vibe? Surprisingly, you're sort of correct. I am a big fan of the dapper British commentary YouTuber. I didn't intentionally draw inspiration from his style of content or his OC, but it's a neat coincidence that we are alike in those ways. A couple of people have commented on my videos saying I'm similar to Tro, which I will take as a compliment. Also, I'll take this time to say that I'm not British as some people think I am. I am indeed Australian. Who Boy asks, what tips do you have for doing an analysis, for example a game analysis? I would say that the main thing you should think about is your connection to the topic. As in, are you passionate about what you're analyzing? Generally, that makes you more emotionally invested in the topic, which sort of makes you better at analyzing it. At least, that's how it works for me. You should also hone in on what aspect of your topic you are analyzing. Are you looking at themes, characters, Easter eggs, music, art, etc.? You should also do some online research to see what other people also think about the topic. Places like Reddit can actually be somewhat useful for this, since they contain a variety of opinions and interpretations on a variety of topics. Finally, It also might be a good idea to get inspired by analysis YouTubers. A personal recommendation of mine is Mossbag, who does detailed lore videos on Hollow Knight, and he has a good balance between sarcastic comedy and well-researched analysis. Not My Main asks, what is the video you are most proud of? Well, obviously it's that random Among Us Ace Attorney video I made a year ago. But in all seriousness, I think I'm most proud of my Deltarune Undertale analysis video, because it felt really cool to talk about the themes of two games I'm really passionate about. Definitely a close second for my first FNF video, because it was really satisfying to post a video of that length doing something that no one else has really done before. In general, it's a little hard for me to decide what video I'm most proud of, because, first of all, I haven't made that many videos, and second of all, I'm not really proud of my videos. I end up making a ton of mistakes or missing a bunch of stuff, and my editing isn't that top-notch either. But if you guys are happy with my content, then I'm happy. Bronze Halo asks how I designed my OC. It's not too much of an interesting story. I just like the idea of looking nice and dapper, so I gave myself a grey 3-piece suit and a red tie. I also thought a top hat would look nice, and totally not because it compensates for any height issues. The blue hair was because, well, blue is my favourite colour, and no, I don't have blue hair IRL. But it would be nice to dye my hair blue sometime in the future. Oh, and my deadpan expression is there to match my voice, cause, you know, I'm usually pretty chill and mostly monotone anyway. This sort of follows up with a question from Driftanity, who asks, what character from Omori do you most relate to? I mean, obviously it has to be Sunny. I can relate to those emotionless eyes staring into the abyss. Anyway, moving on. Yume and Winter Arts asked me how I first got into Omori. I believe it was a while back. I think it was around February of 2021 when I first heard of the game. I looked it up on Google, saw that picture of Sunny looking into the mirror with something floating behind him, got scared and didn't think about the game for a month or so. Then around late March, I was suddenly re-alerted to the existence of the game by Daryl Talks Games' video about it. So I watched Manly Badass Heroes playthrough of the game, watched RPG mangas, plot analysis, read the whole TV Tropes article, and generally got really obsessed. It's an incredibly good game, and I definitely recommend that you play it if you haven't yet. Chris C asks, what are your thoughts on being a YouTuber after covering controversial topics, such as the FNF community? This is a bit of a multifaceted question. In terms of hate comments, I surprisingly have received very few, which is nice. In terms of channel growth, it's a bit of a mixed bag. On one hand, talking about these topics has brought a ton of growth to my channel, but on the other hand, it's kind of scary when you have a lot of people who are watching you intently and demanding that you continue to talk about controversial topics like, oh, the director of the Sonic.exe FNF mod got into drama, will you make a video about it? And, oh, Speed made a response video to Miss ZZ, can you talk about that? I really don't want the serial introvert brand to be tied to the idea that, oh, he's a content creator who makes videos about the FNF controversies. In all honesty, I don't want to be a YouTuber who constantly covers dramas. I just want to be me, a chill guy who talks about whatever video game related idea he has on his mind. Couch Potato Senpai and Small Lass ask if I will make a Let's Play channel or create more gameplay content like I did with the Friday Night Funkin' Omori mod. I probably won't make a Let's Play channel, so if I ever make any playthrough content, I'll just post it on my main channel. And if I ever end up making Let's Play content, it probably won't be a big game, maybe just another FNF mod playthrough like I did before. I hear that an update to the Doki Doki Takeover mod is coming out soon, so I might make a video about that in future. Basil, Serially, and Noob Slayer ask me about the Omori extra content, and what I think about the leaked images. I don't really think I should comment too much about it, since I don't want this video to be bogged down with too much gaming related stuff. Plus the port is coming real soon. All I'll say is that it looks like a really interesting concept to have Basil on the team and fight your 3 other friends. Plus, there were some really weird parallels between the pre-order demo that Omocat released and the leaked images. And before you ask, yes, I will be buying Omori when it comes out for the Nintendo Switch. Chris Dreamer asks, who's your favourite FNF modder? That's a pretty hard question to answer. I think I'll stick with what you followed up with and say Atsuover. She's one of the few big mod creators in the community who haven't been in some sort of controversy or drama. Defo Not Horizons and Blake Belladone ask if I have a favourite childhood or nostalgic game. Believe it or not, I'm actually pretty young, so games I consider nostalgic wouldn't be that old. With that said, my most nostalgic childhood game is probably Kirby Superstar Ultra for the Nintendo DS, because I'm a huge Kirby fan. And before you ask, yes, I am excited about Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and yes, I am terrified of Kirby. Mew Appleby asks, what's your favourite video game? I always answer this question with the same answer, and probably will never change my opinion. My favourite video game is Undertale. I know it sounds kind of cringy because the fandom is really toxic and all, but the game holds a ton of sentimental value for me, since it was the first game that I got emotionally invested in. Close second goes to Omori and Doki Doki Literature Club. Finally, Domtastic asks, what are your plans for future videos? As I said before, I think I'll be following the philosophy of, if I feel like talking about something, then I will make a video about that thing. I think my future content will be pretty similar to what I've been doing up to date, that being analysing games and maybe talking about communities. Actually, you know what? Comment some suggestions for games you might want me to talk about, and I'll see if I can be inspired. Currently, I'm looking at talking about a game called Not for Broadcast, which seems like a really interesting spiritual successor of Papers, Please, another game that I really like. Also, I think I'll start posting a little less frequently from now on, since I'm at an important point in my education right now, so I need to put a bit more attention into school. I'll still upload, of course, and think of it like this. There'll be larger gaps between each of my videos, so hypothetically, they should be of higher quality, right? And that's all the questions I have time for. I hope you'll enjoy this video. It's hard for me to express my gratitude in this situation, but it's mind-blowing that I've managed to amass 20,000 subscribers in less than a year. It's frankly hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that 20,000 people decided that my content is worth keeping track of. So to all of my subscribers, all of the people who bothered to stick around to the outros of my videos, and all of my viewers in general, thank you all for helping me get this far in my silly little YouTube channel. See you in the next video.